Hi there guys, Sam here. Welcome to another video where I go through the Porsche Cayman GT4's manual gearbox potentially ending in 2021. So yeah, I'll get straight into the video really. So yes, you join me once again for another video, and if you're not familiar with my channel, I have plenty of Porsche content on here as well. And yeah, that's what's going to be discussed in today's video. And I really wanted to talk about the manual gearbox in general. So as regular subscribers of my channel will know, I own a Mark 7 Golf R, and that's in a manual, and it's a fantastic gearbox. I really do love that gearbox. It just kind of gets more involvement in the car. It's great fun. I enjoy it lots. Now, I've also driven the 981 GT4 plenty of times around track, and to me, that's had a fantastic manual gearbox with it, albeit potentially slightly flawed. It had long gearing, which has been well documented, and actually, I'll leave in the description to a recent comment from someone from Porsche who's mentioned that this new 718 GT4's manual gearbox is a little bit flawed. They're just open to that, and they're talking about the PDK coming to that car, potentially being the only actual option for that car going forward, which is again is a little bit of concern. Now, for my manual gearbox in my Golf R, it's actually got very short gearing, which actually makes it going up and down the box nice and fun and nice and enjoyable. You get plenty of engagement, albeit it can sometimes be a bit clunky on first to second, but it's great fun, and they're actually worlds apart in terms of what they offer, but I enjoyed them both. Now, for me, with the way that the car industry is changing, people talk a lot about how the engines are changing. You know, we're going away from naturally aspirated, we're going away from turbocharged petrol engines soon. It's just going to all be electric. You know, Porsche have mentioned that the next Cayman is likely to be electric, so that's just what's going to happen. So you know, what we see now with the GT4 RS, which has been testing, and obviously the current 718 Cayman GT4, it's going to be kind of like the last of the manual kind of breeds of sort of like their top of the range Caymans. Because I just think if you're going to go for an electric sports car, so many people are just going to opt for the PDK, because surely if you're going for the electric sports car, you're going for it because it's economical and because it's the only thing that Porsche would offer. Thus, you would want the most efficient drivetrain and the best drivetrain, which would be the PDK. And that would really, for me, phase out the manual box completely. So it's a real change in what we're seeing kind of in the motor industry, and for what a lot of enthusiasts like, to be honest with you today. You know, it is going to change, and we are going to have to get used to it. You know, you're not going to be able to buy manual sports cars really anymore, to be honest with you. It's just going to change in that way. You know, forget about the engine, which has been well documented. You know, you're going to lose that driver engagement, which is a bit of a shame. But ultimately, we are just going to have to adapt to that. And I really actually do think, and I'll, again, in the description of the source that I've kind of been reading through about the Cayman GT4 and what kind of people at Porsche are saying, kind of makes sense. They're using sort of old technology. The gearbox is old, and, you know, that is, you know, they're not looking to invest in that kind of area in a car. It's just not where the market is going, which is a bit of a shame. And to be honest with you, I look on like Auto Trader and stuff, and most of the like general Caymans out there tend to be PDK anyway. Obviously the 718 GT4 is only offered in manual at the moment, but soon to be PDK. GT4 RS is likely to be PDK, and future generations of models probably going to go down the automatic line. And it's, again, I talk about my Golf R, it's not going to have a manual gearbox, it's going to be auto only, and I can just slowly see eventually they're just not going to make them at all, because the volume is just going to be way too small. The uptake is too small. They're not going to be able to justify creating those kind of cars. And if they do, like they have kept it going kind of with the Cayman for obvious reasons, it's going to be using outdated technology, will get caught up with itself, which will stop people buying the car, and yeah, eventually see the end of it, which is a real shame really. So I just wanted to kind of go through that and my kind of thoughts on that. So yeah, let me know what you think. Do you think this is kind of the end of the manual gearbox completely, particularly on sports cars? Do you think they're going to go into that different directions with PDK? Will that make it less fun? You know, I've driven PDK cars before, the Turbo S and 911s, and yeah, it's plenty fun, plenty fast as well. But round a track, I never particularly found it engaging other than the first lap when you sort of go really fast. After that, I didn't really get too much out of it personally. But with a manual, you know, you're in control. You know, you almost cause problems, which an efficient, you know, German sports car isn't going to do itself. So you have to learn, and you have to make those right kind of changes, you know, whatever the weather, whatever the conditions. That's always been a good bit of fun for me. And for niche cars like this, they've really got to retain that kind of thing. So I really hope they do. They've just about managed to keep the naturally aspirated engine going. That 4 litre unit looks like it should be around for a couple of years anyway. But how long will the manual gearbox last? I don't think it's going to last too long, to be honest with you. But yeah, let's see what happens in the future. But really interested to know your thoughts in the comments as well. It's a big. I do love the community in this. I love talking to you guys who are interested in your Porsches. A healthy following with Golf R owners, Fast Ford owners as well. Really interested to know all your thoughts in the comments below. But yes, have a fantastic rest of your day. Hopefully it stays nice and sunny here in the UK and wherever you guys are. And yeah, I will see you again next time for another video. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Cheers, guys.